The 2015 chase for the NASCAR Sprint Cup is headed to Loudon, New Hampshire, who will punch their ticket to round 2 in the contender round after the Sylvania 300. Carl Edwards was the Coors Light pole sitter, with Kevin Harvick starting to his inside. Edwards jumps out front until lap 20. That's when Harvick, who was 15th in the chase standings coming into the race, takes the lead, knowing he needed to win to lock himself into the contender round of the chase. During the pass for the lead, Kevin Harvick makes contact with Carl Edwards, and Edwards started to go backwards due to a tire rub. 60 laps in, Tony Stewart brings out the caution when he cuts a left front tire due to contact with the 78 of Martin Truex Jr. The 78 gets away with no significant damage, and that's good news for the championship hopeful. Just past halfway, there was bad news for one big name in the chase. Kyle Busch blows a tire, slams the outside wall. He ends up taking that car behind the wall, and just like that, Joe Gibbs Racing goes from having 4 cars with a great shot at making the contender round to Kyle Busch with his title hopes on the line after finishing 37th. To make matters worse for JGR, Carl Edwards was hit with a penalty on the round of pit stops brought out by Kyle's accident. The penalty was for dragging a gas can through the pit box. He would have to restart the race from the tail end of the longest line. After a caution for debris, race leader Kevin Harvick decides to take 4 tires. A number of cars decide to take just 2. Matt Kenseth, he beats everybody out as the first car taking 2 tires. Meanwhile, Harvick restarts the race in 7th place as the first car with 4 fresh Goodyears. Right after the restart, Johnson cuts a left front tire under green. There was no caution, but somehow the 48 crew got him back out just 1 lap down. Shortly after that, Ryan Newman gets into Danica Patrick, who spins into the outside wall, and David Reagan, he clips her as she slid back down the track, and that would bring out the red flag. Once they got back going again, Kevin Harvick jumped from 4th to 2nd, and it wasn't long before he reassumed the lead. But the caution would come out seconds after the pass, and Jimmy Johnson would receive the free pass and gets back on the lead lap. After the restart on lap 242, Brad Keselowski gets the black flag for jumping that restart against Greg Biffle. As another chase driver would find themselves in trouble on the racetrack, he would have to serve a pass-through penalty and finish the race in 12th place. With just under 50 to go, Kevin Harvick, he was back in the lead as the 4 tried to lock his spot in the next round of the chase, but he runs out of gas with under 3 laps to go. Matt Kenseth would take the lead and the win and joins teammate Denny Hamlin in the next round as JGR goes back-to-back to open up the chase. Kevin Harvick, he went on to finish 21st after running out of gas. 1 lap down, he now sits 15th in the chase standings, 23 points behind Dale Jr. in the cutoff spot.
Pretty darn excited to win the race, so these are all big races. They're hard to win. You ever get in a position to win one, you want to do everything in your power to be able to win it.
The 3rd race of the chase is sure to be a hot one with tempers flaring. The pressure will be higher, and we'll know who's going to make it to the contender round of the chase after the AAA 400 at Dover. For NASCAR.com, I'm Jonathan Merryman.